It's 2007. You're standing in the desert outside Tucson, Arizona. The sun is brutal. The air smells like jet fuel and dust and 30 years of memories. And right in front of you, behind a chain-link fence, a machine is eating your jet. Not just a jet, your jet, an F-14 Tomcat. The most feared, most beautiful, most dangerous fighter aircraft the United States Navy ever put in the sky. 2 engines that could push you past Mach 2. Variable sweep wings that physically moved mid-flight. A radar system so advanced it could track 24 enemy aircraft simultaneously and blow 6 of them out of the sky before any of them knew you existed. And right now, at the direct order of the Pentagon, it is being fed into an industrial shredder, turned into scrap metal, deliberately, intentionally, so that not one single bolt, not one titanium fastener, not one wire from its airframe could ever fall into the hands of Iran. You don't cry. You're a naval aviator. You don't do that. But your jaw is locked so tight it aches. To understand why this moment breaks something inside you, we have to go back to the beginning, to a kid who had no idea what he was getting himself into. Graduation cap ACT-1, the Cadet. NAS Pensacola, Florida, 1988. You are 22 years old. You've graduated college. You've passed the ASDB, the Aviation Selection Test Battery, scoring high enough in spatial reasoning and mechanical comprehension to earn a shot at naval aviation. You feel invincible. You feel ready. Then you get to Pensacola. Naval Air Station Pensacola is where the Navy turns civilians into aviators, or breaks them trying. Officer Development School comes first. Weeks of formations, inspections, sleep deprivation, and an introduction to the specific culture of military discipline that separates the people who can be trained from those who cannot. Then comes the Centrifuge. It's a room-sized machine that straps you into a pod and spins you in a circle, gradually increasing G-forces until your blood literally pulls away from your brain and your vision narrows to a pinhole. The machine goes to 9 GS, 9 times the force of gravity. Your face feels like it's being pressed through the back of your skull. Your flight suit inflates automatically around your legs and abdomen, squeezing the blood back toward your head. You're grunting through a specific breathing technique called the AGSM, the anti-G straining maneuver, because if you stop, you lose consciousness in seconds. You pass, but the guy from Ohio who was in your cohort doesn't. This is the first time you understand that wanting this isn't enough. Direct hit ACT-2, the Rio, NFO training. NAS Pensacola to NAS Miramar. Here's something nobody outside naval aviation knows. Before you ever touch the stick of an F-14, you ride in the back. Every F-14 carries 2 crew members, the pilot up front and the Radar Intercept Officer, the Rio, in the back seat. The Rio does not fly the jet. The Rio owns the battle space. You control the AWG-9 radar system, a piece of technology so advanced for its time that the Navy classified its full capabilities for years. You're tracking aircraft. You're calling out threats. You're managing missiles. You're the reason the pilot isn't flying blind. Your first flight in the rear cockpit of an F-14 is not what you expected. There's no gradual introduction. The jet launches off the runway, and within seconds you're at 400 knots. The G-forces from the climb press you back into the seat with a force that feels like a big man sitting on your chest. The world tilts. The horizon disappears. And somewhere in the sensory chaos of noise and vibration and raw speed, you realize something fundamental. This machine is alive. Not like a car. Not like a commercial flight. This thing has personality, aggressive, demanding, unforgiving. It punishes hesitation and rewards precision. And right now, it is teaching you exactly who you are under pressure. You spend the next year mastering the AWG-9, learning intercept geometry, running training engagements against aggressor aircraft, getting screamed at during debrief for every mistake, every wrong call, every half second of hesitation. It is the best year of your life so far. ACT-3, the carrier. USS Nimitz, first deployment, Persian Gulf. Your first catapult shot off an aircraft carrier is something no amount of simulator training can prepare you for. You're sitting on the bow catapult. The jet's engines are at full military power, 27,000 pounds of thrust from 2 General Electric turbofans, afterburners lit, the entire airframe vibrating like it wants to tear itself apart. The catapult officer gives the signal. And in 2 seconds, you go from 0 to 165 miles per hour. The violence of it is indescribable. It doesn't feel like acceleration. It feels like the world punching you forward. And then suddenly you're off the deck and the carrier, 90,000 tons of steel, is already falling behind you, and the Persian Gulf is spread out below in every direction. And the F-14's wings sweep back automatically as you climb, and you think, asterisk, nothing will ever top this. Nothing in the world, asterisk. You're wrong, but you don't know that yet. Cold War patrols are your daily rhythm out here. Soviet Tu-95 Bear bombers, massive, propeller-driven aircraft, sometimes probe the carrier battle group's air defense zone. Your job is to intercept them, get close enough to take a long, hard look, then escort them back out of the area. You've been nose-to-nose with a Soviet aircrew at 30,000 feet, both of you knowing exactly what the other one represents, neither one blinking. It is the Cold War, and your jet is America's answer. Act 4, Top Gun, Naval Fighter Weapons School, NAS Miramar, California. By the time you get selected for Top Gun, you've stopped being impressed by your own resume. Because Top Gun does not care what you've done before. The Naval Fighter Weapons School is not a reward. It is a graduate-level course in aerial combat. The instructors, handpicked, multi-tour veterans, fly aggressor aircraft against you using real adversary tactics. Soviet tactics, the kind that were killing American pilots in Vietnam before anyone figured out the patterns. The debrief sessions last longer than the flights. Every intercept, every weapons employment decision, every radio call is dissected in front of your peers. There is no rank in the debrief room. There's only whether you were right or wrong. You are wrong more often than you've ever been wrong in your career. And somehow, that's what makes you dangerous. ACT-5 Combat, October 7th, 2001, Operation Enduring Freedom. You remember exactly where you are when the towers fall. You're in your rack on the USS Carl Vinson somewhere in the North Arabian Sea. Within weeks, the order comes down. On October 7th, 2001, F-14s lead the first strikes into Afghanistan. Your jet, which spent the Cold War hunting Soviet bombers, now has a lantern-targeting pod strapped to its belly, a system added in the 1990s that lets the Tomcat deliver precision laser-guided bombs. The most feared fleet interceptor in American history has become a bomber. Your target is an SA-3 surface-to-air missile battery near Kabul's International Airport. The release happens at altitude. Clinical. Precise. You watch the targeting screen. The bomb guides itself down the laser beam. Impact. Driving home to your family. You used to complain about traffic. You don't do that anymore. By 2006, the F-31's F-14s have logged over 6,600 flight hours on their final deployment, dropping bombs over Iraq, flying reconnaissance, hunting targets. On February 8, 2006, 2 Tomcats trap aboard the USS Theodore Roosevelt after one drops a single 500-pound GBU, 38 JDM, over Iraq. It is the F-14's last combat mission. Forever. ACT-6, The Last Flight. NAS Oceana, Virginia Beach, September 22, 2006. More than 1,300 people are on the flight line. Former pilots, maintenance crew, Rios, people who dedicated decades of their lives to this jet. Some of them drove overnight from across the country. Some of them are in wheelchairs. All of them are here because today the Navy is saying goodbye to the F-14 Tomcat, officially, publicly, and permanently. The primary aircraft for the final flight ceremony has mechanical problems. Of course it does. The Tomcat was always expensive, always temperamental, always demanding every last bit of attention you had. The backup aircraft rolls out instead. Aircraft number 107 from VF-31, the Tomcatters. Lieutenant Commander Chris Richard in the front seat. Lieutenant Mike Petronis in the back as Rio. The engines run up. The distinctive, unmistakable howl of those 2 turbofans fills the air. The jet moves down the runway and lifts off. And for one last time, over the Virginia coast, an F-14 Tomcat climbs into the sky it owned for 36 years. Nobody tries to hide that they're crying. Not even you. Climax, the Shredder. Davis-Monthan AFB, Tucson, 2007 to 2009. Which brings you back to the desert. The Pentagon didn't just retire the F-14. They ordered every remaining airframe, every jet sitting in the boneyard at Davis-Monthan, shredded, not scrapped, not preserved, shredded, because Iran still flies them. The Shah bought 79 F-14s from the United States in 1976. When the Islamic Revolution came in 1979, those jets stayed in Iran. And after the U.S. retirement, Iran immediately went looking for spare parts. So the Pentagon made a decision. If there's even a chance that a single titanium bolt from an American F-14 could make an Iranian one airworthy, we destroy them all. By August 2009, the last F-14 is fed into the machine at HVF West in Tucson. The greatest fighter jet the United States Navy ever flew ends its life as scrap metal in a desert yard. Not because it was beaten, not because an enemy brought it down, but because it was too dangerous to let exist. You stand there until the noise stops. Then you walk to your car. You sit for a moment. And somewhere in the quiet, you think about that first catapult shot. The world punching you forward. The Persian Gulf below. The wings sweeping back. Nothing will ever top this. You were right. And wrong. And you'd do every second of it again. Hey everyone. If you enjoyed this video, learned something new, and liked the content, please be sure to drop a like and subscribe to the channel so I can keep bringing you more engaging videos like this in the future. Thanks for watching.